So Jamie, let's go. Hopefully, let's go to the movies. Maybe your taste will improve with movies. And
it's going to be so many. People will forget that I even referenced the Love Boat.
The Lawrence Welk show. That was the most offensive part to me. Good grief. Who hurt you?
Wonderful.
So the fall movie slate is upon us. I think you and I have already indulged in one of the movies that is featured here, but we want to talk about. I guess I kind of wanted to throw some out of like, I'm excited for this. Is that kind of what you were thinking?
Yes, and let me just say, this is my favorite season of movies because this is where every studio has saved their good dramas. They've saved them. They've premiered them at some, at Sundance earlier in the year, at Telluride, or in Venice, and they've taken them to film festivals and they've seen how they've done. And so now we get really, I feel like, the best crop of movies. And we've added this summer, I like a summer popcorn movie, and I know you enjoy a nice inebriated movie viewing, but I feel like in the fall, can you watch movies in the fall under the influence, or do you really try to stay sober?
Jamie, you can watch movies under the influence any time of year.
Okay. Yep. All right.
Take it from me. I think we're not going to talk about Gone Girl. This is where I leave you because we're going to talk about that later, or the Hunger Games. Like, those are big. Go see them. That's basically all we have to say about those. Can I say one thing? I know you said that was all we had to say, but Sure.
Can I say one thing about Gone Girl?
Sure.
I was really excited that the ending was going to be different, now the reviews have come out and said that the ending is not different from the book.
Because what's her name, Jillian, whatever. She's like,
Flynn.
She was like, yeah, it's going to be different. We're going to change some things, and then it came out that it was not different at all. So
I don't know.
But hey, like I saw the most recent trailer before I saw This Is Where I Leave You. I like the vibe they have with it, and maybe it's still gonna kind of suck, but I like it.
David Fincher, I feel like David Fincher can't mess it up.
I don't think so either. It's gonna look great.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So give me like one or two that you've got that you're hopeful about.
Okay, so the first one I'm hopeful about is coming up on October 10th, The Judge. The Judge is Robert Downey Jr., Robert Duvall. Which to me,
Jamie Golden, are you serious?
I am serious.
Did you watch the trailer?
I watched the trailer.
Real talk right now. Like, just me and you.
Real talk. It feels like you're not going to like this.
Pre-production meeting. Like, no one can hear us.
That's right. So no one can hear us, but I saw the trailer and it felt like a really good John
didn't.
Grisham novel.
No.
It felt like a really good John Grisham novel, not like a bad one like The Firm.
No, it looked like the Walmart John Grisham novel. Like
it did not.
The Jimmy Grisham novel that no one cared for.
Robert Downey Jr. is a big city lawyer named Hank. How can that go wrong?
Oh, Jamie, because of the wide shot of, hey, they're disagreeing, so they're walking in different directions. Neither are going to get the same car with each other.
I'm not saying the trailer was produced well, but Robert Duvall, you cannot mess up Robert
You can't
Duvall.
mess up trailers. You cannot mess up a trailer.
You can totally mess up trailers.
If you mess up a trailer, that means the movie's a train wreck.
I do not like what you're suggesting.
I'm saying I will bet you $50 that the Judge doesn't get above 45% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay, again, you're wealthy and I'm not, so please stop trying to make me bet that kind of money. Let's calm down.
No, trust me. I don't even have to spend it. Like, I'll never have to spend this money so I can wager it.
All right. Well, I am supportive. I feel good about The Judge. I feel like it's got, it may have too many writers on it. There were 4 writers on the screenplay, so that did make me nervous. But I feel good. I feel good that Robert Downey Jr.
Can I tell you where it fell apart for me? Where they're at trial. They're about to begin. Robert Downey Jr. is literally about to give his opening statement on a case that concerns his estranged father, and his second chair or whatever lawyer is Dax Shepard, which is a huge problem. When he says something, it's like, so what are we going to do? As though they haven't spent 3 weeks preparing for this impromptu trial that was thrown upon them. Why is Dax Shepard here? What about him says lawyer?
Listen.
What about him says anything legal?
No, listen. Dax Shepard is just the Julia Roberts of Mystic Pizza. He just has to get the right role, and then he's Pretty Woman.
Let me play that back. Let me just run that back real quick. Dax Shepard. Okay, yeah. Just want to make sure I heard it go. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's fine. I just feel good about it. But that's fine. We can disagree. That's fine that you're wrong.
No, at this point, we're not even disagreeing. This is like an intervention for you. This is like, if that's the one you're leading off with. I'm not even trying.
I'm leading off in chronological order.
I'm not trying to be argumentative. Like, I don't want your name on this. I don't want someone like, Jamie said that was good. I think I need to invoice her for my ticket.
It's good. I've only seen a synopsis. I've seen who's connected to it, and I've seen a trailer. And based on that, it is a movie I will go see. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe I should have let Gone Girl and Hunger Games be in here. That might have beefed up your...
Listen, my list gets better because I'm going in chronological order. You go. Okay, go ahead. Lead off, and it better be freaking amazing.
Foxcatcher.
Oh, that's on my list.
That's good. It looks good. It's
you skipped some good movies, but that's fine.
I'm not beholden to time or calendar, Jamie. I'm talking about movies.
You're not beholden to anything ever. Go ahead. No, that's fine.
Steve Carell in a super creepy role. I'm not sure he can pull it off, but I'm excited to see him try.
Oh my gosh, he's gonna totally.
You think
he's
so?
Gonna pull it off.
It kind of feels like he is, right?
It does. I mean, that makeup and that transformation, just physically. And listen, nobody is rooting harder for Channing Tatum than Jamie Golden.
Well, and I think this is a perfect role for him because it's not like he has to do anything dramatic. Like, he has to be an athlete who works hard. So I think he can do that. And I think it pulls from source material that's compelling enough on its own that it's not going to be an awkward transition into cinema. So I'm pretty excited.
I think probably Foxcatcher is going to be award bait. It may just be Golden Globe. It may not make it to Oscar level, but I do think, depending on how Steve Carell does,
sure,
that could be his role that really helps him.
What do you think about him as a semi-serious actor?
I like it. I liked him I felt like he did that enough in what's the movie with Keira Knightley, The Date for the End of the World?
Sure.
Yeah. So that I felt like he was really good because he was in a really serious role that only just had a thread of humor to it.
Yeah, but it's still trading off kind of his Michael Scott-ness in a sense, though, right? Like every man, but kind of humorously done.
Maybe a smidge of that.
This seems to not even get remotely close to that.
No. This has to be a transformation for sure. So, which I think is helpful because of the physical component that you can kind of forget that this is the guy that was on the Daily Show. Like, you have to be able to let that go completely.
Right.
Too. Sure. I think it's going to – that's why I'm so fascinated to see it.
So if he's a stock, are you buying right now or are you selling?
I'm buying.
Okay.
I'm buying. I think people are on team Steve Carell. Okay. Plus, I feel like you can't – again, Channing Tatum and Mark Ruffalo, that's a great cast.
It's
although
easy
we will
on the
talk
great,
about
Jamie.
how a great cast does not mean a great movie. But,
yeah, see the judge.
Yeah. Okay, so my next movie that comes out before Foxcatcher, because I'm going in chronological order, is Birdman with Michael Keaton. Have you seen the trailer for Birdman?
I have. Hard pass.
What?
Yeah.
No, I'm so fired up about this movie. One, because it speaks like it's a little satirical, because for those who don't know, it's Michael Keaton. It's a comedy drama. It is him starring as an iconic superhero that he's struggling as an aging actor, and he used to play this kind of famous superhero called the Birdman, which is not unlike Michael Keaton's real life. So the whole film is just about him struggling to mount a Broadway play. It has Michael Keaton, Emma Stone, Edward Norton, Zach Galifianakis, Naomi Watts, Amy Ryan, Merritt Weaver. I mean, like, the cast is phenomenal, and I thought it's got a dark vibe. Alejandro Gonzalez is directing. I just think, I don't know.
To me, it looks like a movie that's really pleased with itself.
Just because of the trailer?
Just like this concept and Michael Keaton, and he's weird.
Listen, don't you want a Michael Keaton comeback?
No, I don't. I'm good. I'm good to go. After Mr. Mom, I was done. Like, I don't know that he can get better.
Mr. Mom was his coming out.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't get better than that, and that's how I always remember him, and that's how I always want to remember him.
Oh, no. I want him to come back and be as great.
Did you read, I think there was like a GQ or Esquire article or thing about him a couple months ago. I can't remember which magazine, but read it. He's just he almost felt like a little Tourette'y, if that makes sense.
You just told me to read a magazine article about Michael Keaton in a magazine and to find it. Is that what you just said?
Probably did. I was trying to figure out how to say Tourette'y without being offensive, honestly. Like, that was
so
was
you
my
weren't
focus.
even focused on where we could locate
I don't even know what words came out of my mouth.
Well, yeah, I don't think Tourette's is a descriptor, but we will.
Tourette's is definitely a descriptor. You understand what I mean? That's the point of words and language.
I don't think anybody.
You're reeling. You're reeling because of your poor taste of TV, and now you're backing an awful movie with Robert Downey Jr. It's clearly a cash grab after Iron Man.
Nobody who is Tourette's wants to be referred to as Tourette's.
No, but if you said, do you understand what I'm saying when I say Tourette's? They're like, I don't like it, but yeah, I totally understand what you're saying.
I do. I will say Michael Keaton, I just watched, because I have to like dig in the Netflix sometimes I've seen all the movies. So I watched Post Grad with Saracen and Rory Gilmore are in it, and Michael Keaton plays a dad, and it's the worst movie. Please don't watch it. Please don't watch it. It's so bad. But I felt so bad for Michael Keaton because I thought, you're good in this role. This is just a horrible movie.
I don't know, Jamie. I don't know.
Okay.
Let me throw one at you and get your opinion.
Okay.
What do you think about Nightcrawler? I think I'm in on that. It's super weird Jake Gyllenhaal. Super weird Jake Gyllenhaal.
I like every version of Jake Gyllenhaal. So I feel like what'll happen is I'll watch it and I'll be like, yep, I like this version too.
Yeah. Do you like this version of Jake Gyllenhaal's hair?
No, absolutely not.
I don't know what's going on, but I like it. I feel like Jake Gyllenhaal needs to always be 100% of the time the way he looked in Brokeback Mountain. A man loved him, women loved him. That's the way you need to look all the time. There you go.
Because
it feels like the intensity and rage from Jarhead channeled into a dude. It's like a blend of that and then a blend of American Psycho. He's just not there, but he's got this. He is full throttle on getting somewhere in life, and he's found the way to do it. I liked it. I thought it was really weird. And I thought it could be really, really interesting.
You know what's interesting to me is that it's got Bill Paxton or Bill Pullman. I don't know which one's in it. One of them. But I like that he's carrying this film. There's no support. I mean, this is all Jake Gyllenhaal. This is all him all the time.
Yeah. So I'm interested in that.
Yeah. My next one is Wild. Wild with Reese Witherspoon. Wild is based on the book by Cheryl Strayed, which is from Lost to Found on the Pacific Crest Trail. She takes a 1,000-mile solo hike after she has a lot of drama in her life. The book is really, really, really so very good. And I'm very, very hopeful that Reese can pull off this. When I first heard that she was cast in this, I was like, the little Southern actress can't do, Legally Blonde can't do this. But I've seen the trailer. I feel really, really good about it. And so I'm very hopeful that Reese Witherspoon can pull it. If anybody could pull it off, I think she's one of the few actresses that probably can.
Okay, I look at that and I say, this is like a granola Eat, Pray, Love. Am I wrong?
It's more disastrous than that. It's because Ryan, who's Ryan, the Glee guy, Ryan.
I refuse to help
did
you.
American Horror Story, Ryan.
I refuse to help you.
I don't understand why you won't help me when I have these questions about who the Ryan who did Eat, Pray, Love. Ryan Murphy. Thank you, Internet. So Ryan Murphy, the Internet will help me, but not Knox. So Ryan Murphy, I feel like he tried to make Eat, Pray, Love, which was a good book, into a Glee episode, whereas hopefully that will not be the case for this. So,
is it more tense?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, 100%.
I mean, obviously it's more tense, but is that a part of the story, or is it more of
It is more tense. Yeah, it's more tense, and there's less of a happy. I mean, hers is a happy ending. I mean, she ends up with those monks, and all is well, and she marries a guy.
Spoiler alert, Jamie! Oh my god! Just kidding.
For Eat, Pray, Love.
I literally would never care to see that.
I know. So that's why I'm thinking. That's what my hope is, that it's a really good film. It's Jean-Marc Vallée.
Oh, sure.
I love the French.
Yeah, that gets me going to a theater every time you say that. What do you think about Fury?
Refresh my memory.
This is Brad Pitt's character from Inglourious Bastards. Put him in a tank.
Shia LaBeouf. Yeah. That's my worry, that Shia LaBeouf is going to be the problem.
Right? It's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. He's turning into a movie killer. But I think I don't know. I think Brad Pitt is charming enough that any character he plays will do well at the box office. And I mean, it's hard to put nice looking dudes in a war, and especially in a tank, and they're the underdog and it not work out. You know what I mean?
And can we just stop for a second and talk about how good Brad Pitt looks at 50? He's attractive. Please don't say that Jason Priestley is awesome and that you mirrored your sideburns after him, and you can't say that Brad Pitt is attractive.
Why can't I take an affectation of someone? I don't necessarily buy in on Jason Priestley, but I like the sideburns he was working with.
I'm just saying, I am very fired up about just seeing Brad Pitt. I got so excited when I saw that Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie they made a movie together. I got so like over the moon that Angelina Jolie wrote and directed. Like all that says that's going to be a horrible movie. Just the fact that I can see them together in a film together again, I'm fired up about that. That's not out till next year, but still.
Sure. So it's totally relevant for this conversation.
I know.
What's next, Jamie?
Well, I don't have any others that I'm looking forward to. I do have one that I know is highly anticipated, but I think is not actually going to be successful. Are you ready?
Sure.
Interstellar.
Really?
I think Interstellar is going to be the bomb of all bombs.
Oh, so you're coming out hard. So you're like the judge, all in, but this Christopher Nolan thing, that's where you're going? I love
Christopher Nolan. I do, but I think... Do you think, you know what I think is coming? I think a Matthew McConaughey backlash is coming.
You think the McConaughey bubble is going to burst? It's
going to burst hard on it. And so it's going to burst hard, and it's going to all end up on Jessica Chastain and Anne Hathaway.
Wow.
One, I don't think Anne Hathaway is an addition that anybody values in a movie. Unless she cuts off her hair and sings in a tight shot in a ghetto. Like, that's it.
I don't know, Jamie. You're kind of going against yourself because we got Matthew McConaughey, Jessica Chastain, Anne Hathaway, Topher Grace, Wes Bentley, Casey Affleck, Michael Caine, John Lithgow, Ellen Burstyn. Like that's a pretty star-studded cast.
It's a star-studded cast. But what I know to be true is that Anne Hathaway does not add anything to the table. And I think Matthew McConaughey is good, but I don't think he's that good. I think he had a great role in Dallas Buyers Club that fit him really, really well. I don't know. I think we were trying, and I think even in True Detective, that was kind of Matthew McConaughey. Unless this is Matthew McConaughey.
This is such an awful argument. I just want to preempt anything you're about to say with how, like, that's a skill. It's like picking roles that you can pull off. That's not like, we can't hold that against him.
But do you think he can pull off a nuclear scientist who's an astronaut? Like, you think he can pull that off?
Well, that's the thing Hollywood asks everyone to do. Like, we're supposed to understand that Natalie Portman can be a nuclear scientist. We're supposed to understand that every phone number is 555.
But she can't. But she can't be that's why we don't like her, is that because she can't do that. She can be a ballerina. That she can be. But she cannot be a nuclear scientist. Denise Richards cannot be a James Bond nuclear scientist. Like, she can't. She wasn't able to pull that off.
Denise Richards is a little bottom of the barrel for this conversation. I don't know that Anne Hathaway.
Let's make it seem like that Matthew McConaughey and Denise Richards are like 18 degrees apart. I think they're about 1 degree.
One has an Academy Award. One should have won an Emmy. One does not and will never.
I don't know. I wouldn't count Denise Richards out.
Jamie Golden. Let me throw some at you. Okay. What do you think about Dear White People?
Dear White People.
Did you see the trailer for this?
No, I did not.
Okay. I challenge you to go watch it. Listeners, go watch it. It's a self-aware, like, meta commentary criticism about race. And, like, you watch it and you're like, oh, I know where this is going. But it doesn't go in those directions. Like, it kind of takes everyone to task. And I don't know that it'll do well because it looks uncomfortable. But I think it looks really interesting, just the way they do it.
Okay.
St. Vincent.
Here's the thing. I think that this will end up being something that we talk about because of Melissa McCarthy. I don't think it'll be something we talk about
because of Bill Murray.
For any other reason. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be him.
Well, initially I thought this was a music video. And then I realized it was a movie. So I'm already out of sorts with it. But I watched the trailer and I thought, yeah, okay, I'm in. But then I remembered any trailer can look good. So I don't know, Jamie. I'm
sorry. Wait, I'm going to need to pause right there. Did you just say any trailer can look good?
Yeah. So when you see a bad trailer, that's alarming.
No, I just don't think that's a good argument.
It's a factual argument. It's a correct argument. Show me one good movie that has a bad trailer. Show me bad movies that have bad trailers.
Well, I can't show you because we're talking and this is not a visual podcast.
I know, Jamie. It's all hypothetical.
I will take you to task online. I will take you to task. Everyone will get to see it because I'm going to find them the worst trailers ever.
Is this going to be another like Knox thinks introverts are stupid? Is he right? Check yes or no. What did you see Kill the Messenger?
Yes, I did.
What do you think about that? I kind of liked it.
I kind of liked it.
I saw the premise. I was like, not interested. Don't care. And then the more I watched, the more I thought, okay, it's pretty good. And I'm like, Jeremy Renner doesn't strike me as someone I want to see, or when I hear a movie he's in, I'm like, well. But anytime I watch him, I think, man, he's really good.
You know who gives me gives me hope in movies like that? Like, I don't know what it is, but I love Ray Liotta. And I don't know, like something about Ray Liotta being in a movie always makes me like my best example of that is the movie Heartbreakers, which is ridiculous and the worst movie ever with Sigourney Weaver and Jennifer Love Hewitt. But Ray Liotta's in it. He's hilarious.
Bet it's got a great trailer, huh? You know, like he's so on point in that tequila commercial. You don't watch commercials because you don't like watch TV, but like, but he's in a tequila commercial, and it's trading off his like persona, right? And it's so perfect because like Ray Liotta, like you're saying, he has this like vibe and persona about him. So I think you're right.
Yeah, and you're right. I don't. You know what I did love Jeremy Renner in was Hurt Locker. Like I loved him in that. Did not like him in the Bourne movie.
What about In the Town?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, he killed In the Town.
He was so good. That's such a good movie.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I think that is all.
I want to ask you about a movie.
Sure.
Dumb and Dumber 2.
Like that's near and dear to my heart because like I saw that for my, I don't know, like 11th or 12th birthday one year.
When you were watching boy things before you started watching girl things?
I didn't start watching girl things. I started expanding my palette a little bit and embracing the drama of life and the melodrama of high school and boy-girl relationships. Jeez, Jamie. Yeah, like, I don't think it's going to be bad, okay?
Okay.
I don't think the track record of doing something like 20 years after you've done it is going to be good. You know what I mean? Like Sin City, like let's wait 6 years and then do another one. Like it's not going to work. But like Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels are good at stuff. So it can't be terrible.
I felt very uncomfortable as soon as Jeff Daniels came on the trailer. Like I was like, you're on Newsroom.
Yeah, you're
like,
Will McAvoy, yo.
You're Will McAvoy. Don't behave like this.
You're supposed to lecture me about like how I'm supposed to consume media and like be responsible.
You know, Aaron Sorkin was like, please don't do this. Please don't do this movie. Please don't make it.
That's probably why they're in a Newsroom. Aaron Sorkin's like, done. Can't do this anymore.
That's probably true.
So yeah, I don't know about that one.
Well, so we want to hear from you listeners. Tell us what fall movies that you're looking forward to. I'm assuming it will include The Judge with Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, gosh.
But give us a list of movies that you're looking forward to or movies that you already know based solely on the trailer or the synopsis are going to be completely overrated.